Right, everyone, hello. It's Modern Horizons free time. Yeah, the big set of the year for Magic the Gathering. Basically, got some golden packs here. But I think we'll open the. Can we open them? Can I move along? There we go. Yes. That's what the music's like. Very serious, morose. Yeah, so you can see I've opened. Well, it doesn't say at the bottom actually. I've got like a plug-in. God, it's what it's called now. Basically, some extension I've got. So like a deck, well, I don't know, card counter thing anyway, but it tells me at the bottom how many cards I've got, and I've opened 0 Modern Horizons free packs. I got three free, just for signing in, so that's why I've got 42. I bought 40, I'd like loads of gems or loads of coins I'd accumulated when playing games. As you can see at the top, so I just spent 40,000, so I had about 90,000 basically. So I think we need to get to it. It's quite a few chase cards. Yeah, there's basically this one called Nardu the Winged Wisdom, meant to be very powerful, because basically it allows all your creatures to have an ability where I think if they're targeted, you draw a card, and for every creature it could occur twice a turn. Ridiculous. Ugin's Labyrinth. They're talking about banning that one. I think you can. Basically, you can kind of tuck under it. I think it's a colour spell that's worth 7 or more mana, I think. And you still cast it later, but then it means the land in the opening hand, but then it means when you play the card, that means it produces 2 colourless mana, which is really powerful. Cards in the past similar to that have been banned. There's this Necrogoyf, which has turned out to be quite good, apparently. Rexian Tower's in the list. Yeah, there's quite a lot of cards. This is Amped Raptor as well. That's meant to be quite good. Harbinger of the Seas, I think. Non-basic lands or islands. It's a merfolk. That was quite interesting as well. Buried Alive seems to be quite good. So there's quite a few. So those ones are kind of after, I think. Some Flipwalkers as well. Some cards. John is the face on the cards there. I think there's some cards that sort of flip into Planeswalkers. They just got rid of a lot of the Planeswalkers. I think they said they lost the spark and now they're regaining them. I don't know if these are I think these are sort of retro cards, as in which I mean. This is how they originally started being a Planeswalker rather than them turning back into one, I think, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I think we need to get into it. I think there's the one, so definitely looking out for, Ugin's Labyrinth and this Mardu Winged Wisdom. But as I say, there's quite a few. What's this one? Something or other Nightmare. Caphonian Nightmare. Right, there's a lot of energy cards as well. Questionable as to whether these will be any good or not. Let's say that one that allows you to pay life rather than to draw cards apparently is meant to be quite good, but I don't know what it's called now. We'll find it hopefully if we get it. Alright, well, let's have a see then, see which ones we get of these, if any. Alright. Okay, so we'll just go through, them basically. But obviously the commons will start getting more. So we've got a Grave Dig here, choose one. Top play creates a 2/2 black zombie creature, it's a 1 black sorcery. You can return to that creature card from the go to your hand. Entwine 2. We pay additional cost to choose both. Alright. Okay, there we go. Sheltered Landscape, it's a land. You can cycle it. Alright, for red, green and white. And you can add a colourless mana. You can sacrifice it, so it's not for a basic. Bit of a fetch land then. In a way, not quite a fetch land, but There's a flip card. Razor Sour Ambush, or maybe not flip card, but it's dual, what's it called? Dual Face MDFC? Yeah, something like that. I can't remember what it stands for now. A bit of a dual face card, I think. Is it modular? Modal. Razor Wire Ambush deals 3 damage to target attacking block creature instant, 1 and a white, and it can be a land as well. You may pay for your life when it enters the battlefield. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tap, you get a white. Bit versatile maybe. And you've got Meltdown. It's X and green, X and red rather. Sorcery. Destroy each artifact with mana value X or less. Could be quite good for anti-artifact stuff. Faithful Watchdog. Green and a white. It's a 0/0. Vigilance. Faithful Watchdog enters the battle with 3+1/+1 counters on it. A dog creature. So that might be good for ones that increase their counters. Airy Auxiliary. 3 and a white. Creature Bird Soldier. Flying. 3/3. When it enters the battlefield. Support 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on each up to 2 other type creatures. Then we've got Lion Umbra. Green. Enchanted. It's an enchantment aura. Enchanted modified creature gets. Enchantment modified creature, it gets +3/+3 on its vigilance and reach. Umbra Armor. If enchanted creature would be destroyed, it's to remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. Alright. And what's the rare for the pack? Amphibian Downpour. Well, I've not heard of this one. 2 and a blue. Enchantment aura, Storm, and Flash. Enchant creature has all abilities, and there's a blue frog creature, base power and toughness 1/1. You've seen that before somewhere. To Storm, when you cast a spell, copy it for each spell cast before this turn. We choose new targets for the copies. Storm's quite a powerful mechanic. Alright, nothing outstanding there, but let's see what the next one has. We've got loads of these to go through. So we've got some swaps already. Wing it, 1 and a white, instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until the turn. Puts a flying counter on it. Scry 1. So scry, check the top card of your library. You can put it into your the bottom of your library if you want. So if it's not a good one. Glyph Elemental, 1 and a white. Target creature Elemental, 2/2. Bestow, 1 and a white. We'll come to that in a minute. Landfall when a land is under control. Puts a +1/+1 counter on the Glyph Elemental. Target creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Glyph Elemental. And Bestow, what's this one? I've not seen this before. If you cast this card for its Bestow cost, it's an aura spell with enchant creature. It becomes a creature again if it's not attached. You can make it cast it as an enchantment. Rush of Inspiration. It's MDFC. Cracking Falls on your flip side, which is a tap land that comes in. You can tap it for blue or white, blue or red rather. It's an instant. Rush of Inspiration. 1 in hybrid mana, which is white. Which is blue and red. Draw 2 cards and discard a card at random unless you pay 2 energy. Alright. Okay, I don't think that's very good. Draw 2 cards and discard 1 at random. That doesn't sound like a good card to me. Alright, so let's see what rares we got. Ripples of Undeath. 1 and a black enchantment. Beginning of your pre-combat main phase, mill 3 cards. Then you may pay 1 free life. If you do, put a card from one of those cards into your hand. That might be quite good. We also got Estrid's Invocation, 2 and a blue enchantment. You want as an enchantment as well, by the way. You may have Estrid's Invocation to battlefield as a copy of an enchantment you control, except as at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile this enchantment. If you do, return to battlefield under your owner's control. Alright. So I guess you could pick another enchantment if you want. So sounds quite flexible. Sounds like it might be quite good. But it doesn't stop them being, don't get around the legendary rule, does it? I don't think. Which might be quite good if you got Mirror Box playing the any enchantment decks. Especially my Shrine one maybe. Could be quite good. Interesting, but obviously the legendary rule for the shrines is a bit of a problem there. Okay, let's have a see. Alright, well, got a few new things here. Idol of False Gods, 2 colourless, or 2 generic rather. A Kindred Artifact, Eldrazi. So Eldrazi is a big thing as well in this set. These sort of creature-y antics. I don't know what are the Eldrazi? I'm not really sure exactly, but there seems to be giant folk, generally. 1 and a colourless, tap it, create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice a creature, add colourless. Whenever Eldrazi you control dies, put the +1/+1 counter on Idol of False Gods. As long as the Idol of False Gods has 8 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it's a 0/0 creature in addition to its other types. And has Annihilator 2. So Annihilator, your creature attacks, to play sacrifices 2 permanents. So, alright. Okay. It's an artifact so it becomes a creature. Alright, yeah. Alright, Dog Umbra, 1 and a white. Very strange piece of artwork there. Enchantment Aura, Flash, enchant creature. As long as another player controls the enchanted creature, it can't attack or block, otherwise Dog Umbra has Umbra armor. You can destroy it, so you just remove the enchantment, I think. Deceiving Landscape land, tap it to add a colourless, sacrifice it, so it's either a basic swamp or mountain card. Put it in the battlefield, tap the shuffle, and you can cycle it for blue, black and red. I mean, that sounds quite an expensive cycling cost, doesn't it? Well, very specific. Don't know. Might be good, but I don't think. Maybe it is, I don't know. Depends what you're doing, I guess. Inspired Inventor. Right, 2 and a white. It's a Human Artificer, 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you choose 1, you get 3 energy. Put +1/+1 counter type creature. Create a +1/+1 servo colourless artifact creature token. Utter Insignificance, 1 and blue. Enchantment creature, Flash, enchantment creature. Enchantment creature is all abilities on the bounce power toughness 1/1. 2 and a colourless, exile enchanted creature. Alright. Okay, can anyone pay that, or is that just the person who controls it? I think it's just the person who controls it. Maybe, I don't know. Alright, Planar Genesis, a green and a blue. Instant, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. If you don't, put a card among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Sounds a bit like that expressive iteration or something like that, doesn't it? Well, not quite as good as that actually. It's just about lands, isn't it? So yeah, just more of an explorer type thing. Shrieking Drake artwork on this one's very different than all the rest. Very 80s Dungeons and Dragons. 1/1 blue, which will just cost 1 blue. It's a 1/1 Drake creature. Flying, when Shrieking Drake is battlefield, return a creature you control to its owner hand. And the Mythic, got a Mythic this time. We've got a Johnny, here we go. The
have peace.
Alright. The Cattle Pariah. That's the type of creature he is, I think. 1 and a white. Legendary creature, Cat Warrior. When you join the experience battlefield, create a 2/1 white cat warrior creature token. Whenever one or more other cats you control die, makes Eldrazi, then return to battlefield, transform his owner's control. So that's when he turns into a planeswalker. He ignites his spark when someone else dies. So he's got 3 loyalty to come into play. Put a +1/+1 count on each cat you control. And your 0, that's for +2. And you can +0 to create a 2/1 cat warrior creature token. When you do, if you control a red permanent other than Ajani, he deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to any target. And -4, each opponent chooses an artifact, creature, and enchantment, and a planeswalker from one of the opponents they control, and sacrifices the rest. Doesn't cost much for that to get that one, so it's quite. I think that might be quite a good card. Don't know if it's modern powerful, but it's quite powerful generally. Alright, let's see what we get next time. Got Ajani, I think that would be considered a hit. Tempest Harvester, 1 and a blue, Merfolk Wizard creature, 2/1. And it's battlefield, you get 2 energy, and you can tap it to pay an energy to draw a card and discard a card. Fanged Flames, 1 and a red, sorcery, devoid, which means it's colourless, even though it's got a red in its mana cost. Fanged Flame deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker dies turn, exile it instead. Fledgling Dragon, 2 and 2 red. Future Dragon 2/2, flying, threshold, as long as 7 or more cards in your graveyard. Fledgling Dragon gets +3/+3 and has red, pay a red, it gets +1/+1. A +1/+0 turn to turn, so. Alright, 7 more cards in your graveyard. That's again sounds reasonably good, but you know, I think there's probably a lot better cards in modern and things like that. Territory Colour, 4 and a green, creature Eldrazi, devoid, reach, landfall, 7/5. Yeah, so these kind of weird, demonic spaghetti creatures, aren't they? I think Eldrazi. Landfall, whenever lands body under control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you may reveal it to put in your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Alright. Alright, threshold. Alright, yeah, alright. Yeah, just for checking that was the explanation threshold it was. Okay, there we go. Alright, what's the rare? Guide of Souls. I think this one's another touted one actually. Whenever another creature enters battlefield under control, gain 1 life and gain an energy. So it's a bit like it. Basically, it's a better Soul Warden, isn't it, really? But it's obviously only your creature, so maybe not quite Soul Warden, but that other one, that comes back as a spirit. Whenever you attack, you may pay 3 energy, and you do put 2/+1/+1 counters on the flying, and a flying count on attack creature. It becomes an agent in addition to other types. I think that's really good. This is a good card, this one, actually. To be honest with you, I reckon this is pretty good. Yeah, so if you've got energy. So yeah, seems good. Seems good. And we got is it a uncommon wild card? Yeah. Yes, that's not a bad one. Right, Molten Gatekeeper, 2 and a red. Artifact creature Golem, 2/3. Whenever another creature has the battlefield under control, Molten Gatekeeper does 1 damage each opponent. On Earth, you can bring it back from your graveyard by paying 1 red. It gains haste, but you have to sacrifice it at the end of the end step. It's a sorcery. You have to only cast it as a sorcery. Speed. Emissary of Soulfire, 1 a white and a blue. Jin Monk, the Jin creature, 1/4. When it's battlefield, you gain 3 energy. Pay 2 energy. Put an exile counter on target creature you control. Exalted character, activate as a sorcery. Exalted. Whenever a creature attacks alone, it gets +1/+1. Then turn for each result to the more permanent you control. That was a mechanic when I first started playing Magic back in, I think, Lorwyn days, I think it was. They had Exalted for that, I'm sure they did. Or set around that, anyway. Thriving Skyclaw, 2 red, cat dragon, okay, 3 and a 2, flying. When it's battlefield, you gain 3 energy. When it attacks, you may pay 3 energy. If you do, put +1/+1 counter on it. Don't think that's a very good card. Riddle Gate Gargoyle, white and a blue. Gargoyle artifact creature, 2/2, flying. When it enters battlefield, you get 3 energy. We've seen a theme here. When it attacks, you may pay 2 energy. When you do, target creature you control gains lifelink until end of turn. We've got Copy Crook, 2 and blue. Shapeshifter Rove, 0/0. You can enter battlefield, cover any creature in the battlefield, except it has, whenever this creature attacks, it connives. So when it connives, you draw a card and discard a card. If you discarded an online card, put +1/+1 count on that creature. We've got a couple of rares. Sowing Microspawn, 3 and a green. Eldrazi Fungus creature, 3/3, devoid, so it's got no colour. Kicker, 1 and a colourless. When you cast a spell, search the library for a land card. So colourless is a bit different than generic. You can see there's 1 generic and a colourless. Colourless is specifically a mana that's given to you by lands that generate colourless. It's not just a generic one. Choose library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield and shuffle. When you cast this spell, if it was kicked, exile target land. Bit of land hate there. It's rose all over it. Alright, that's not a terrible card. Well, maybe it is a terrible card, but it sounds like it's got something that's quite interesting. Well, I don't think it's going to be good for modern generally, but maybe for some aspects of historic or something. So we've got artifact creature turtle warrior. I think this one's very good. Kappa Cannoneer. 5 and a blue, 4/4. Improvise. So your artifacts, you've played a spell, your artifacts you tap pays for 1 generic. So it can be at least, at least just 1 blue. When it or another artifact enters battle under control, put a +1/+1 counter on it, on this Kappa Cannoneer. It can't be blocked. I think that was meant to be quite good, that one. That could be considered a hit. Alright, got a few. Oh, Void Pouncer, 1 and a red. Devoid, so no colour. Eldrazi, 3/1. Kicker, 2 and a colour. So Void Pouncer was kicked, it ends battle with a 2+1/+1 counter on it and trample counter on it. With haste. Alright, but that's like turn 5 or something. Would you even get to turn 5 in modern generally? They always say it's a turn 2 game or something, don't they? I don't know. Maybe turn 3. I'm not sure. I've sure seen them play longer than that. Eldrazi Repurposer, 2 and a green. Eldrazi Drone, 3/3, Devoid, no colour again. When you cast a spell, and when Eldrazi Repurposer dies, create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi Spawn creature token with sacrifice creature, add colourless. Eldrazi Ravager, 5 and a colourless. Eldrazi, Annihilator 1, 6/6. Sacrifice 2 Eldrazi, return Eldrazi Ravager from the graveyard to your hand, cycling 2. You can cycle it to discard it and draw a card. It's quite expensive, so it's quite good if you get it early game. Yep, and Annihilator 1, whenever this creature attacks, define player sacrifices a permanent. If it's Annihilator 2, it will be 2 permanents. Sneaky Snacker, that sounds like me. A blue and a black. Fairy Rogue, 2/1, flying. When you draw your 3rd card in turn, Sneaky Snacker. Return Sneaky Snacker from the graveyard to the battlefield, tapped. Alright. Metastatic Evangel. 1 and a white. Phyrexian Human Cleric. Whenever another, it's 3/1. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under control, proliferate. So choose any number of permanents on the players and give each other a count on each kind already there. So good for Planeswalkers. I think good for Ajani, that's, you know. Because he starts on, what is it, 1 fewer than these ultimate. Well, not quite, well, whatever his ultimate is, I guess. Yeah, I guess it is ultimate. Right, so what have we got here? Argent Days. 1 and a white artifact. Never heard of the term Days until you're doing fantasy books and stuff like that. I think Mr. Refurbished Familiar, we'll come back to that in a second. Argent Days in the battlefield with 2 oil counts on it. Whenever 2 more. This sounds like it's more of a Phyrexian thing rather than Eldrazi, doesn't it? It looks like it as well. It's like Alice Norn. Whenever 2 more creatures attack, put an oil count on Argent Days and oil as well as a Phyrexian thing. 2 in a tap, remove 2 oil counts from Argent Days, exile another target non-land permanent. Its control draws 2 cards. Refurbished Familiar with it. Missed this one. 3 in a black. Zombie Rat artifact creature. Interesting. 2/1. Flying affinity of artifacts. So spell affinity artifacts cost 1 less for each artifact you control. Oh, it says controlled, it says. When Refurbished Familiar enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. Interesting. Right, I think that's all of them there. You're at Sylvan Safekeeper. Safekeeper 1 green. Human Wizard 1/1. Sacrifice land. Target creature control gain Shroud on the turn. I thought they've got rid of Shroud now. Unless this moves as a reprint. Oh. That sounds like a very bad card. Sacrifice a land. Not sure if people would want to do that generally, but you never know. Maybe they do late game, I don't know. Right, so a few swaps in this one. Nightshade Dryad, 1 and a green. Creature Dryad. Death Touch, 1/2. Tap it to add 1 colourless. Or tap it to add 1 mana of any colour. But I think the fact it's 2 mana makes that a bit difficult, especially for modern. We've got MDFC. It's got Age Grace Chapel on the back. Age Grace Chapel enters the battlefield tapped, so you can tap it to add a black and or a white. And then it's free and the 3 colourless and a hybrid black-white mana ×2. Enchantment Aura, enchant creature. Gains +2/+2 and has lifelink and flying. That's an enchantment. That doesn't sound like a good card. Meteoric Mace, 4 red. Artifact equipment. 2 creatures +4/+0 and has a trample. Equip 4, Cascade. When you cast a spell, exile cards from your library until you exile a non-card that costs less. When you cast a card about paints mana cost. Spells. The other spells, put the other things on the bottom of your library in any order. So it might be quite good for getting another, you know, I don't know, that thingy hammer, whatever it's called. What it's called now. Colossus hammer. But of course, you know, you've got to still spend the 6 to pay for this. And I think modern, that's too much. What I gather. We've got Emrakul, the world anew. Fantastic. So this is a hit. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. All the Eldrazi Titans have been here. 12 generic mana it costs. It's a 12/12 creature. When you cast a spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls. Flying protection from spells, protection from permanents that were cast this turn. And Emrakul, the world anew, leaves the battlefield to sacrifice all creatures you control. Madness, pay 6 generic. If you discard this card, discard it into exile. When you do, cast it with its madness cost and put it into your graveyard. Right, so if you discard it, you can cast it for just 6 generic, 6 colourless. Alright, well, there we go. I don't know if that's meant to be. I think the other Emrakuls are better. They're like a person there in the middle of it at the top. Looks like it's like a slightly humanoid figure, maybe. Not sure. Alright, well, there we go. Possibly could be considered a hit. Alright, Fraben Charm. 1 and a white. Instant, choose 1. It deals damage equals to twice the number of creature you control, type creature, destroy target enchantments, exile any number of type players' graveyards. They always mention more than one person. I don't know if for commander purposes. Breathe your last 1 black instant, destroy target creature or planeswalker, you gain 1 life for each of its colours. Like a murder, but yeah, I don't know, but with a different thing. But I don't think that's a great card. So on MDFC, Volcanic Fissure. To land on one side, you may pay for your life when it enters the battlefield. If you don't, it's battlefield tapped, so you can add a red. I don't know if these are very good, these. Sunday Eruption, 2 and a red on the other side. Sorcery. Destroy target land. It's control may search the library for a basic land card, put on the battlefield tap and shuffle. Creature without flying can't block this turn. I wonder if those are legal in historic and stuff like that now, because there's definitely some land destruction in this set. Amphibian Downpour, we've already got that one. Issues Invocation, we've already got that one as well. So a couple of swaps there for the rares. Bit disappointing, you might say. Okay, Hexgold Sliff, 1 and a white. Creature Sliff. I've heard of those before. 2/1. When Hexgold Sliff enters the battlefield, it gains 2 energy. When it attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, it gains first strike instead of turn. When it deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. We've got one of these enchantment sagas. So Ral and the Implicit Maze. Is Ral the one that died? 3 and 2 red. Assign into the battlefield after you draw step, the law counter. As the star enters, after it enters and after you draw a step, add a law counter. Sacrifice after 3. Okay, so the first step is Ral, the Implicit Maze, deals 2 damage to that creature and planeswalker your opponent's control. To each creature and planeswalker. Then step 2, you discard a card. If you do, exile top 2 cards of your library. You may play them until the end of the next turn. Then 3, create a Spellgorger Weird token. It's a 2/2 token creature. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Alright. Strangely, it does have a mana cost on the Spellgorger Weird. I don't know what that means. There was talk about that, wasn't there? Tokens with mana cost. I don't know why that has one on it. I don't know what that means. No clue there. So what else have we got? Well, Deceptive Landscape. Land, add a generic, or colours rather, by tapping it, or you can tap it to sacrifice it for basic plane swamp or forest cards. It's one of those again. You can cycle it for white, a black, or a green. There's obviously a set of those, cycle of them. Power Pack Rhino, 2 and a white. Creature Rhino, 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1. Put a shield counter type permanent or proliferate, so you can give everything a number of permanents under players and give each another count of ones they already have. Okay, Cephalid Colosseum, a land. So you can tap it to add a blue, and it does 1 damage to you. It's a pain land. Threshold, got as well. So you can pay a blue and tap it, and you can sacrifice it and tap it, draws 3 cards and discards 3 cards. That means 7 more cards in your graveyard. Alright. Expanding news, do we have this one? 1, a black and a green. 3/3, adapt once a creature moves. You can pay a black and a green and adapt 1. Whenever expanding news attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on the type, modify creature control. Adapt is if this creature has no +1/+1 counter on it, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. Alright. Okay. You can just get started, I guess. It only happens once. And the rare Warren Soul Trader, 2 in the black. Zombie Goblin Wizard, 3/3. Pay 1 life, sacrifice another creature, create a treasure token. That'd be quite good for Goblin decks. Don't know whether, but obviously you have to splash black for that. I don't know whether these are, let's say, historic legal, really. You know, for whether it's just, I don't know, just in timeless. Okay. What do we get now? Right, oh, quite a good pack, this one. None of them are swaps. Corrupted Shapeshifter, 3 in a blue. Eldrazi Shapeshifter, look at that. Got Star Power, Devoid. So it's colourless. As Corrupted Shapeshifter enters the battlefield, it becomes your choice of a 3/3 creature flying, a 2/5 creature vigilance, or a 0/12 creature with Defender. Goodness me. I mean, is 0/12 as good as 2/5, really? Probably is, because you could just get killed very easily, couldn't it? Don't think that's I'm not sure that's a very good one, but it's flexible, I guess. Infernal Captor, 3 in a red. Devil Rogue, 3/3. Exploit, which means that when this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. Right, okay. When Infernal Captor exploits a creature, gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap the permanent, gains haste until end of turn. Yeah, but it's quite expensive. Perilous Landscapes, another one of these in this cycle of lands. You can add a colourless. We can sacrifice it to search for a basic island, mountain, or plains. And then put it onto battlefield, tap and shove, and you can cycle it for playing the colours that are produced by those lands. So a white, a red, and a blue. Horrific Assault. A green. Different art style here again. Sorcery. Type creature you control deals damage equal to its power. Type creature plays what you don't control. If you control an Eldrazi, you gain 3 life. That's a typical fight spell, quite cheap. One of these MDFCs again. So enters the battlefield tapped on its land side. You can add a red or a green. But on the other side, sorcery for 1 in the hybrid red-green. Type creature you control deals damage equal to its power. Type creature you don't control. So another kind of sort of fighty one. Yeah, very similar. But yeah, but the other ones cost 1 green. So you know, I'm not sure why we'd ever play that one over that one, really. I guess it's more flexible with the land and stuff, but Warlock Teaching, so another one of these. It turns back for type, you can have a blue or a black. Which is on the other side for 3 in hybrid blue and black. Touch library for an instant card, or a card with flash with it, and put it into your hand and shuffle. I don't think they're very good, those. White Orchid Phantom. It's a white 2/2 Spiral Knight, Spirit Knight. Flying first strike. When it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 type non-basic land. It's controlled by search library for a basic land card, put in a battlefield tap, then shuffle. Okay. I don't know how good that is. There's land destruction again, and we've got the Kappa Cannon here again. Alright. I don't think the guys were too good on that one. So, Temperamental Oozewag. That's a face and a half. 3 in the green. Ooze Brushwag, 4/4. Can adapt 2, so I think you can pay that 2 in a green to give it 2+1/+1 counters on it. Modify creature control for trample. So that's other ones with equipment or as you control, and counters or modifications. There are things that have got stuff on it that alter it. Okay, another one of these MDFCs, Witch Blessed Meadow. So that's one side, so you can tap it to add a white. As it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 life. If you don't, until it's tapped. I feel like I've had that one before, it sounds similar to another one. On the other side, it's a Witch Enchanter, Human Warlock, 2/2 for 3 in a white. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifacts or enchantment the opponent controls. Mindless Conscription, 2 in a black enchantment when it enters the battlefield. And whenever you draw your 3rd card each turn, amass zombies free. So you get a 3/3, well, like a zombie token, army token with that many counters on it, so 3 in that case. It's +3/+3. Worn Power Stone, 3 colourless artifact. When it enters the battlefield tapped, it enters the battlefield tapped, so you can tap it to add 2 colourless. I'm not sure that's very good, that one. What's the rare? Kozlik's Command. I think this one's meant to be quite good. X and colourless. Kindred Instant. No, Eldrazi. So it used to be tribal. They've called it Kindred now. Not really sure why. I'm sure there was a tribal tattoos was a thing not long ago, wasn't it? They call them Kindred tattoos now. I'm sure. Well, I don't know, but is tribal really a problem? Anyway, I don't know. That's an argument for another day, and another time, and another place, probably. Choose 2 instantnesses, as I say. Type player creates X 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn tokens with sacrifice this creature, add a colourless. Type Player scries X and draws a card. So you look at the top of X of your cards and you can put any number of them to the bottom of your library. And you put them on the top in any order. Exile target creature with mana value X or less. Exile up to X target cards from graveyards. Quite flexible, that one. Yep, there we go. So that's probably I think that's maybe quite a good card. Alright. Okay, so Galvanic Discharge. Doesn't sound very healthy. 1 red, instant. Choose target creature or planeswalker. You gain 3 energy. Then you may pay any amount of energy. Galvanic Discharge deals that much damage to that permanent. We can at least do 3 damage. Electrozoa. 2 in a blue. Jellyfish creature, 3/1, flash, flying. When it enters battlefield, gain 2 energy. Beginning of your pre-comp main phase, tap Electrozoa unless you pay an energy. So that sounds pretty poor, that one, I think. Eviscerator's Insight, 1 and a black, instant. Additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards, flashback, 4 and a black. So you can play it for your graveyard. It's mana for its flashback cost, but then you have to exile it. Move from the game. Scurry of Gremlins, 2 red and a white enchantment. When it enters battlefield, create 2 +1/+1, or sorry, 2 1/1 red gremlin creature tokens. Then you get an amount of energy equal to the number of creatures you control. You pay 4 energy, creature control gain +1/+0 and gain haste and turn to turn. Could be a finisher in some respects, that one. Spawn Gang Commander, 3 red, Eldrazi Goblin creature, 2/2, devoid, no colour. Like a weird mutated Eldrazi. I think that's what they are, just weird mutant-y type antics, aren't they, Eldrazi? When you cast a spell, create 3/0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens with sacrifice this creature, add colourless. And then you can pay 1 and a colourless, sacrifice an Eldrazi spawn gang commander, deals 2 damage to any target. Okay, that's separate from the tokens it creates. Priest of Titania, how you want to do it? 1 and a green. 1/1 elf druid. Add a green for each elf on the battlefield. So you tap it on the battlefield, so it includes your opponents. So, that might be quite good. I think there is one that costs, is it 2 or 3 already? That's an elf card that adds for each elf you control. So that's possibly better than that. I think it is. And what's the rare? Echoes of Eternity. Alright, so it's a free and generic. Kindred Enchantment Eldrazi. If a triggered ability of a colour spell you control or another colour permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. So it's basically Panharmonicon for Eldrazi stuffs, I think. The colour things. When you cast a colour spell, copy it. You may choose targets for that copy. Alright, it costs quite a lot of mana, that. So, yeah, sounds too expensive, I think, that. Alright. Needs to cost, no more than 4, surely, because the Panharmonicon's 4. And that's very difficult to play. Okay, so Sarpadian Simulacrum. It's 1 red, goblin artifact creature, 1/1, haste. Pay 3 in a red, sacrifice it, and deals 4 damage to target creature. Colossal Dreadmass. There's quite a lot of rubbish in this, actually. Because it's Modern Horizons. I was expecting most cards to be good. But definitely seems to be quite a lot of rubbish in here. But of course, that is always the case, isn't it? Artifact equipment. Colossal Dreadmass, 4 green, living weapon. Equipped creature gets +6/+6, that's trample. And you can equip it for 3 green. But this living weapon is when it enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 black Phyrexian germ creature token and attach this to it so that it automatically becomes a 6/6. Pretty good. It's like those other ones that exist that are pretty good, but it's quite expensive though. Quest for Necropolis, it costs 1 black. Landfall, whenever land is battlefield under control, puts a quest count on Quest for Necropolis. You can pay 3 in a black, sacrifice Quest for Necropolis, put target creature card from the graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. But it costs 1 generic, 1 colourless rather, and 1 generic. That's to activate for each quest count on Quest for Necropolis. Activate as a sorcery. Alright. Not sure if that's good. It could be good if you can manipulate it to work. Unstable Amulets, 1 in the red, artifact. When it enters battlefield, gain 2 energy. When you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, Unstable Amulet deals 1 damage to each opponent. Then pay 2 energy by tap it. Exile top card of your library. You may play it until you exile another card from Unstable Amulet. Alright. Alright, okay. Reef Worm, 3 in a blue. Creature Worm, 0/1. When it dies, create a 3/3 blue fish creature token. With when this creature dies, create a 6/6 blue whale token. And with when this creature dies, create a 9/9 blue kraken creature token. I see. Interesting. So basically, you've caught the first one, and then the second one catches the third one. The third one catches the fourth one. You can see in the artwork as well, which is quite interesting. I quite like that card concept, but yeah, whether it's any good. Wheel of Potential, 2 in a red. Sorcery, you get 3 energy when you then you may pay X energy. Okay, when player enters each player may exile their hand and draw X cards. If X is 7 or more, you may play this card. You may play cards your own exiled this way until the end of your next turn. So each player that one, so I'm not sure about that. But of course, they have to have energy to do it. Alright. Okay, about a quarter of the way through roughly. Or a third of the way rather. Right, Tune the Narrative. 1 which just costs a blue. Instant draw a card, you gain 2 energy. Might be relatively good for energy decks, I guess. Army of Jealous First. 2 in the black, creature spirit, 1/3, death touch. You can play 4 in the black. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This ability costs 4 in the black less to activate if you've drawn 3 or more cards this turn. Activate once each turn. Alright, you got a Siege Smash, 1 in a red. A giant walking into a siege tower, looks of it. Or running through it. Instant, split second, choose 1. Destroy target artifacts. Target creature gets +3/+2 and gains travel until end of turn. And split second is as long as you as disposed on the stack, players can't cast spells or active abilities that aren't mana abilities. Alright, so it's I guess that's the idea of split second, it's so quick. Stops anyone reacting to it. Revitalizing Repast or Repast? Riposte? Repast? Is that Riposte? I don't know. It's a hybrid black and a green. Instant. Puts a +1/+1 counter on type creature. It gains instruction ends the turn. And then it's also an MDFC and it's got a land on the other side. Old Grove. Old Grove Troll comes from maybe. And it's part of the attack. You can add a black or a green to it. Not sure these are any good really, but they're interesting. I guess they're flexible. This one's a bit better than normal because I guess the other side's just 1 mana. Might be quite useful. Probably good for drafting, I guess. Winter Moon, 2 colourless, okay. Artifact players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land during their untap step. So they reckon this one might be maybe good, maybe bad, I don't know. Players can't tap more than 1 non-basic land during their untap steps, but it does count to you as well. Obviously if you're playing all generic ones, or basic ones rather. It might be quite a good one, that one, but who knows. Alright, Foreboding Landscape. It's a land, you can tap it to add a colourless. And then you can tap it to sacrifice it, and it's one of these, one of these lands, isn't it? Each lands get a Swamp, Forest or Island card, put in the back for the tap and shuffle. You can cycle it for the same colour that those lands produce, so black, green and the blue. I'm not sure those are any good, those cards, but maybe in a draft or something. So another Urza's Cave, a land. You can tap it for a generic, and you can pay 3 colours. So you can tap it for a colourless rather. You can pay 3 generic and tap it. Also, to sacrifice it and switch life for a land card, put in the back for a tap and a shuffle. So any land, that's not bad. Signature Slam. Alright, it's an instant. It's a 2 and like a wrestling move there on a dinosaur. Strange one, that one is like a gorilla wearing armour. 2 and a green, instant. Put the +1/+1 counter for each creature you control. Then each modified creature you control deals damage to use its power to attack creature you don't control. Alright, and the rare and mythic even. Tamio Inquisitive Student. No, that's not bad. It's a flip walker.
Is there a deeper meaning to this passage?
Okay, legendary creature Moonfolk Wizard. 0/3 flying. When Tamio Inquisitive Student attacks, investigate. So you create a colourless clue token with 2 generic, or 2 colours rather. Sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. When you draw your 3rd card in a turn, exile Tamio, then return her to the battlefield transformed under her owner's control. If you investigated a lot. Legendary Planeswalker Tamio comes with 2 loyalty. +2 to your next turn whenever a creature attacks or a Planeswalker control. You're a Planeswalker control, gets -1, -0 to end the turn. You can -3 turn target instant source card from your graveyard to your hand. If it's a green card, add 1 mana of any colour. -7, draw cards equal to the half the number of cards in your library, rounded up. You gain them with, you have no maximum hand size. So, I think this one's meant to be reasonably good. It's not a bad one, that. Another mythic pack here, which is good. So cranial rams. This one's been banned in purple. It looks like an alien head with feet, as in from the film. Artifact equipment. It costs a black and a red. Living weapon. Equip creatures +X+1, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Equip 2. When you play it, automatically comes with a 0/0 reflection germ token. Glimpse the impossible. A glimpse the unthinkable. This is glimpse the impossible. I wonder what it's about. It's 2 and a red sorcery. Exile top 3 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. At the beginning of your next turn step, many of those cards main exile. Put them onto your graveyard. Then create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature token. Creature can put into your graveyard this way. Those tokens have sacrifice creature. Add one colourless mana. Another one of these MDFCs. Hydroelectric specimen. 2 in the blue on one side. It's a weird creature, as in that's the type of creature it is. 1 on the 4. Flash. When in spell field, you may change the type of a instant sorcery spell with a single target to hydroelectric specimen. There's also a land on the other side. You can pay for your life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. That's a blue. So they all do that, don't they, really? Alright, what I said. Inbred then. Indebted Spirit. 1 white. It's an enchantment creature spirit. 1/1. It's got Bestow. 2 and a white. And Afterlife 1. Enchantment creatures +1/+1 as Afterlife 1. So Afterlife 1. When this creature dies, creates a 1/1 white and black spirit creature with flying. And Bestow. If you cast this spell, which Bestow costs, it's an aura with enchanted creature. With enchanted creature, it becomes a creature again if it's not attached. So you can attach it to a creature if you want as well. Alright. The Mythic. Oh, Nevergoyf. So we got this one. That was one we mentioned before. It's a Lugoyf. So 1 black creature. So that's pretty cheap. Its power is equal to the number of cards among cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. You can escape it for 2 and a black. Exile a number of other cards from your graveyard with 4 or more card types among them. So escape your cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. Alright, so this one's meant to be quite good. Apparently, yeah, this one's not meant to be too bad. This one, you get this to be quite powerful on turn 2, apparently. So that would be considered a hit. Right, Sage of the Unknowable. 1 and a blue. Human Wizard 0/4. And you can tap it to add a colourless and spend a spell known to cast a colour spell or activate an ability. Retrofitted Transmogrant. Alright, so 1 black. Artifact creature zombie 1/1. You can pay 3 and a black, return it from the graveyard to the battlefield tap with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Keeps coming back. And then we've got Consigned to Memory. 1, well, it's just a blue. Replicate 1, colourless. Or generic rather. Counter target attributable to a colourless spell. Replicate. When you cast this spell, copy it for each time you paid its replicate cost. You may choose new targets for the copies. Alright, okay. Quite specific, that one, though, unfortunately. We got for rare Imskir Iron Eater 6, a black and a red. And that's very expensive. Legendary creature demon 5/5. Affinity for artifacts. Costs 1 generic less, or 1 colourless less for each artifact you control. So I guess it's a bit cheaper for that reason. When into the battlefield, you draw X cards and use X life, where X is half the number of artifacts you control, rounded down. Okay. You own a lot of artifacts, it punishes you there. You can play 3 in a red, sacrifice an artifact, it deals damage equal to the artifact's mana value to any target. Oh, the Imskir does. Not sure about that one, doesn't seem very good, that. That fact it damages yourself having more artifacts. Branching Evolution, 2 in the red, 2 in the green, enchantment. If one of them +1/+1 counters we put on a creature you control, twice that many +1/+1 counters are put on that creature instead. So we mentioned something like that before, didn't we? Where this would be quite good for some of the others that put +1/+1 counters on things. But I don't know if that card's any good. I've not heard anyone speak about it. So, a mythic in this pack. Demon Inferior, 3 in a blue, sorcery. It costs 1 colourless, generic less. I always get them mixed up. To cast for each card you draw on this turn, the owner of target non-land permanent puts it into their library second from the top or on the bottom. It's one of those. Collective Resistance, 1 in the green, escalates for 1 green, which means paid escalate cost for each mode you've chosen beyond the first. Okay. Alright, so choose 1 or more, destroy target artifact, destroy enchantment, target creature gains hexproof and instruct run on turn. We had a similar card, didn't we, in the recent set, the Thunder Junction one. Titans Vanguard, 3 A red and a green. Eldrazi creature, 5/5, devoid, so it's got no colour. When you cast a spell, and whenever you Titan's Vanguard attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each colourless creature control and has trample. And Annoyed Altasaur, 5 and 2 green. 6/5 dinosaur, reach trample cascade. So when you cast a spell, exile cards to be library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. And you can cast it without paying its mana cost. If it's various less than spells, put the exile card on the bottom of your library in a random order. Alright. Quite expensive though, I think, but there we go. And Mythic, just a wild card, okay. Alright. Okay, Wirewood or Weirwood. It's Wirewood Symbiote, 1 green, creature insect, 1/1. Return elf you control to turn his hand, untap target creature, activate once each turn. Okay. So that might be reasonably good for elves that tap for mana and things. A Smelted Charge Bug, 1 and a red, creature artifact creature insect, 1/3. Menace, so it can't be blocked by just one creature. When Smelted Charge enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy, and whenever it attacks, you may pay an energy. If you do, another attacking creature gets +1/+0 and gains Menace to end the turn. Alright. Tranquil Landscape, a land. Tap it to add a colourless, and you can sacrifice it when you tap it. So look for a basic forest, plains of island card, put on the back of a tap, then shuffle, so you can cycle it for the green, white or blue. Just that kind of land again. Looks very nice. Strange how the, what I believe looks to be the reflection in the water just doesn't match the clouds at the top. It doesn't seem. Maybe they do, but I'm not sure. Maybe it does, I'm not sure. It looks a bit, not sure about it, but anyway. This one's a weird one. Foul Strike. Instant, destroy target creature with flying. Costs 1 and a green. Very strange artwork there with the eyes. Weird, just weird altogether. Hitting a bird like a turkey or something. Destroy creature flying, reinforce 2 and a green. So you can do that. Discard this couple, 2/+1/+1 counter type creature. So it's got like a special extra ability. Very weird artwork that one, not keen on that at all. Bit stupid, reminds me of Sludge from Transformers the animated movie. When he was hit with by Devastating, his eyes popped out like that, sort of. Kozilek's Unsealing, 2 and a blue. Enchantment Devoid. Whenever you cast a creature with a mana value 4, 5 or 6, create 2 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens with sacrifice this creature, add a colourless mana. Whenever you cast a creature with a spell with mana value 7 or greater, draw 3 cards. I think this one's meant to be reasonably good, this one. So I think that is another that might be considered a hit. And the rare, just a wild card. Alright. Okay, Serum Visionary, 2 in the blue. When Serum Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card and scry 2. It's a 2/2 Vidalcan Wizard. Which is that? What's that guy? Dovin, he was a Vidalcan, wasn't he, I think? Basking Broodscale, 1 and a green. Eldrazi Lizard creature, 2/2 devoid, no colour. You can pay 1 and a green to adapt 1. So he has no count on it, put a +1/+1 count on it. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counts put on this Basking Broodscale, you may create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice creature, add a colourless. Reiterating Bolt, 1 and a red. Sorcery, replicate, pay 3 energy. So when you cast a spell, you copy it for each time you pay its replicate cost. You may choose new targets. It does 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Of course, Lightning Bolt is just 1 red, so we'll never replace that. 3 and a white. Bolt Storm Angel, very expensive for the 4/4, so I don't think this is going to be very good. In this battlefield, you gain 3 energy. Beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 energy. When you do choose one, Bolt Storm Angel gains Vigilance and Life at the end of the turn. Of course, you can target +1/+1 to the turn, so it's a bit of a draft card, that one. And the rare, Genku Future Shaper. Alright, 2 white and a blue. Legendary creature Moonfolk Wizard, 2/5. Whenever another non-token opponent you control leaves the battlefield, choose one has been chosen this turn. Create a creature token with those characteristics. A 2/2 white fox with vigilance. A 1/2 blue moonfolk with flying. A 1/1 black rat with lifelink. And you can pay 3 a white and a blue. Put a +1/+1 card on each creature you control. Interesting, alright. Probably a commander card, that one. See the tokens there. Token creature rat's like a rat samurai. Interesting. Kamigawa. It's a very Kamigawa card, doesn't it? Guess it's a moonfolk. You can see the people on the in the artwork as well. The rat and the moonfolk creature. Don't know if you can see the cat on there. Probably is there somewhere that I just can't see it. Maybe it's where all the electricity is or something. I don't know. Oh, there it is in his hand. Yeah, okay. That's his body. All right. Not sure that one's any good. I think it's more of a commander card, isn't it? That. We got a mythic. Shattered Landscapes. Another one of these. Tap it to add a colourless, and you can sacrifice it to get a mountain, plains, or swamp. Put on the battlefield tapped, and you can cycle it for those colours: the red, white, and black. Null Elemental Blast. One colourless. Choose one. Counter-type multicoloured spell. Destroy-type multicoloured permanent. Very specific, that one. Solar Transformer, 2 generic. It's an artifact. It enters battlefield tapped. When it enters battlefield, you gain 3 energy, and you can tap it to add 1 colourless. And you can pay an energy by tapping it as well, and add 1 mana of any colour. Alright, and you got Barbarian Ring. So it's not a ring as in that you wear, it's like a arena. Land. You can tap it to add a red, and it deals 1 damage to you. And Threshold. So you can pay a red and tap it, and sacrifice it. It deals 2 damage to any target. Activate only if you have 7 more cards in your graveyard. I don't think those are very good, those ones, are they? Mythic. Got another Ajani. It's got 2 Ajanis here.
Our axes strike as one.
Alright, great stuff. I think I missed a card then. Right, so Nyxborn Unicorn. Looks like it's coming from Feros. 1 and a white. Enchantment creature Unicorn. 2/2. Bestow. 3 and a white. Cast it off its Bestow cost. It's an aura spell with enchant creature. It becomes a creature. Again, if it's not attached, you attach someone. Mentor. Touch creatures +2/+2 and has Mentor. So Mentor, when any of these creatures attacks, put the +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. Like training. Got all the others. Vexing Bauble. 1 generic artifact. When a player casts a spell, if no mana is spent to cast it, counter that spell. Alright. And you can pay 1 generic and tap it, sacrifice it, and draw a card. Quite situational, that one, I think. Now, Shifting Woodland is the rare. It's enter battlefield tap. This control forest. You can tap it to add 1 green. It's got Delirium, 2 colourless or 2 generic rather than 2 green. It becomes a copy of type permanent card in your graveyard until end of turn. That's only if there are 4 more card types and 1 cards in your graveyard. So that might be quite good. That might be quite good, that one, but it just costs 4, so to activate. Alright, it's got Twisted Landscape, another one of these annoying ones. So you tap it to add a colourless. You can sacrifice it to get a basic swamp, mountain, forest. You can cycle it by playing those colours, a black, red, or a green. Alright, and we've got Guardian of the Forgotten, 3 and a white, Elephant Warrior, 4/4 creature, Vigilance. When a modified creature control dies, manifest the top card of your library, so modifiers goes with equipment or whatever on it. To manifest a card, counters as well, so that's modification. To modify a card, put it into the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. To face up any time for its mana cost. For its mana cost, yeah, if it's a creature card. Or so you can just put it face down for 2/2. Yeah, 2/2 creature, but not with ward, which is interesting. Normally, don't those ones normally have a ward ability. Well, that was in the latest Wonder Junction set anyway, wasn't it, I think? Or whatever it was, the one before it, maybe. Lugin's Binding, yes. I think is this one we wanted? 2 in the blue, instant. Devoid, it's colourless. Return target non-land permanent you don't control its owner's hand. When you cast a colourless spell with mana by 7 or greater, you may exile Lugin's Binding from your graveyard. When you do, return each non-land permanent you don't control its owner's hand. It might be quite good, that one. Yeah, so exile. Yeah, so when you cast a colourless spell with mana by 7 or greater, you exile it, and when you do, return non-land permanents you don't control its owner's hand. Might be quite good, that one. Might be. I've not heard any gossip about it, so I'm not sure. We've got Deep Analysis as well, 3 in a blue, sorcery. Type player draws 2 cards. You can flash back, play it from your graveyard basic for 1 in a blue, pay 3 life as well. Then he gets exiled. Quite expensive, that card, I think. Alright. Charitable Levy, 1 and a white, enchantment. Okay, I'm not sure. Can you have such a thing as Charitable Levy? I don't know. No creature spells cost 1 colourless generic mortar cast. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, puts a collection count on charitable levy. Then if there are 3 or more collection counts on it, sacrifice it. If you do draw a card, then you may search your library for a plains card, put it on the back for attack, and shuffle. Okay, bit of a taxing effect, I guess. Alright, and the rare. Oh, Crab Abomination. There's been some talk about this because it's just so ridiculous. 4 black, Crab Demon creature, 5/5. Emerge from artifact, 5 black. What does that mean? You may cast a spell by sacrificing an artifact and paying the emerge cost reduced by the artifact's mana value. Basically, yeah, you could get it to, you know, without paying too much. Okay. There's a chance you could get it for two black, basically, but obviously still expensive. When a Crab Abomination enters the battlefield, type opponent exiles top card of their library, a card run from the graveyard, and a card run from the hand. You cast a spell from one of the cards that's way up its mana cost. Alright. Apparently it's meant to be reasonably good, that one, but it seems like it probably wouldn't be. I'm getting quicker now, now we've got more swaps. Okay, Fetid Gargantua, 4 in the black, creature horror, 4/4, 2 in the black, adapt 2. So it's got no counts on it, but 2+1/+1 counts on it because of the 2. So 2 counters. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put into Fetid Gargantua, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, you lose 2 life. Quite expensive though, not massively powerful. Cyclops Superconductor, alright. 1 a red and a blue, 2/2. Cyclops creature, Cyclops wizard creature. Prowess, when it, which means whenever you cast a creature spell, put +1/+1 count on it, end of turn. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 energy. When it dies, you may pay 3 energy. When you do, Cyclops Superconductor has damage equals its power to any target. Alright. Tamio meets the Story Circle. The Story Circle was a card back in there, wasn't it? 1 and a blue. So, yeah, so basically you can go through the enchantments, the stages. So the first stage is whenever you, until your next turn, whenever a creature attacks you or plays what you control, it gets -2, -0. So quite good for Tamio, again, because she has a similar ability. Discard a number of cards for the second step. Investigate twice which card discarded this way. So you get some clue tokens. That you can sacrifice for 2 generic mana, or colourless mana. Generic mana, isn't it? Yeah. And then the first step, shove up to 3 target cards when you go into your library. Right, so I'm not sure if that's any good or not. It's quite, yeah, I don't know. It might be quite good, I don't know. I guess it helps stop you being attacked. And then we've got Distinguished Conjurer, 1 and a white, 1/2 human wizard. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield control, you gain 1 life, and you can pay 4 and a white and tap it. X another target creature you control, they return to the battlefield under control. We have an ephemerate type one there. What's the other term they call that? Can't remember now. Bouncing, I'm not sure. Something. Music bar, re something or other. Anyway, you know, you get the gist. Alright. Kozilek the Broken Reality, 9 colourless, or 9 generic rather. Legendary creature Eldrazi, 9/9 creature. When you cast a spell, up to 2 target players each manifest 2 cards from their hands. Each card manifests this way, you draw a card. Other colourless creatures you control get +3/+2. To manifest card, put on the creature battlefield face down to 2/2 creature. To the face when time for its mana cost of its creature card. Alright, okay, so it could be other people as well, it doesn't have to be you. Alright, so that might be a hit as well, I guess. I don't know how good they are, these Eldrazi Titans in this set, but... Dream Drinker Vampire, 1 and a black, lifelink. Vampire 2/1. And you can pay 1 and a black as well to adapt once, put +1/+1 count on it, if it's got none on it. And then whenever you 1 or more +1/+1 count, put a Dream Drinker Vampire, Dream Drinker Vampire, it gains bonus standard turn. Yeah, there seems to be a few of these in every colour probably, doesn't there, I guess. Not sure how good they are. Furnace Hellkite, or Hellkite, 5 and red, very expensive. It's 5/5, artifact creature dragon. Infinity for artifacts flying, a bit like Ridley from Metroid Prime perhaps. You can pay a red, Furnace Hellkite's +1/+0 end of turn. So it's very expensive, this one. But it does cost 1 colourless less, or 1 generic less rather, for each artifact you control, so it could be cheaper. Artifact there. Then we've got Frogmire Enforcer, 7 colourless, or generic, you get it wrong. It's a 4/4 creature, but you can pay it for 3 and a red for its prototype cost, so it's just a 2/2, and it has affinity for artifacts, so it costs 1 generic less for each artifact you control. The Frogmire as well on Mir. And the rare. Volatile Storm Drake, 1 and a blue. Creature Drake, 3/2. Flying hits with activated and triggered abilities. Alright, when it enters the battlefield, exchange control of Volatile Storm Drake and attack creature opponent controls. If you do, you get 4 energy, then sacrifice that creature unless you pay it an amount of energy equal to its mana value. Alright, okay. Not sure how good that is. Seems a bit of a strange one, but there we go. This is a permanent exchange. Alright. Rosecott Knight, 4 and a white. Human Knight, 3/4. Vigilance. Very expensive this one, mana cost. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards library. You may reveal an artifact or enchantment card from among them and put it onto your hand. Put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. If you didn't put a card in your hand this way, put the +1/+1 counter on Rosecott Knight. Okay. Right. Not sure how good that is really, to be honest with you. Right. Skoa Ember Mage, 4 red. There's another one. Costs a lot. 4/4 creature. Enters the battlefield, does 4 damage to the target. Grandia. Discard another card named Skoa Ember Mage, sacrifice 2 mountains. Skoa does 4 damage to any target. It's very expensive, that one. I'm not sure about that at all. Cursed Wombat. Alright, Nightmare Wombat. Goodness me. Black and the green. 2/3. And it's... and that other one was a legendary creature, by the way. That's Skoa Ember Mage. Smooth control have whenever one or more +1/+1 counters put on its opponent, put an additional +1/+1 counter on it. It triggers only once each turn. Alright, and adapt 2, so you can put a +1/+1, 2 +1/+1 counters on it if he's got none already. Horrid Shadow Spinner, 1 blue and a black. Creature horror, 2/3 lifelink. When it attacks, you may draw cards equal to its power. If you do, discard that many cards. Alright, okay. And the rare. Monumental Henge, a land. Instead of a tap to control planes, add a white when you tap it. Look at top 5 cards of your library by paying 2 and 2 white. You are not historic card from among them, put it in a bad hand. This is what your library in a random order. Historics are artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. I always thought it meant a card from, you know, any card that's part of the historic set of cards and meant to the arena at first. Okay. Solstice Zealot, 2 and a white. Rhino Cleric creature, 2/3. When it's battlefield, you get 2 energy, and you can tap it and pay an energy to tap target creature. That's it. Other than the rare, we've got Spymaster's Vault. It's part of the tap, control Swamp. Alright, add a black. We had one very similar to this, didn't we, just before? You can pay a black and tap it. Target creature control connives, where X is the number of creatures that die this turn. So, yeah, connive X, draw X cards and discard X cards, put a +1/+1 counter on each non-land card discarded that way. On this creature. You target. Should we just have one like that in the last one? Didn't we? I think we did. Alright, there we go. Don't know how good they are, but there we are. Yeah, we had the plains one, didn't we? The henge. Must be another cycle of lands. Definitely any good or not. Not heard anyone talk about them. Conduit Goblin, a white and a red, 2/2. Goblin Warrior. You can turn you into the battlefield. And the beginning of combat, you turn, you may pay an energy. If you do, another target creature you control gets +1/+0 and gains haste until the turn. Alright. Okay, I don't know how good those are, those goblin type ones, because might be quite good, I guess, for sort of equipment decks, isn't it? But goblins tend to just be mono red, don't they? Hydra Trainer, although I've seen some goblins appear in black-white Boros equipment decks. Right, interesting. So, scaly legs. 1 and a green. It's a 1/1 human warrior. You exert Hydra Trainer. As it attacks, when you do, target creature gets +X/+X, and 2x is the number of counters on permanent you control. You can pay 2 and a green to adapt 2. Gets 2 +1/+1 counter if it's not got any already. And exert, creature won't untap during its next untap step. Alright. And there, Detective's Phoenix, 2 and a red. Is that from one from the Karloff Manor, whatever it's called. 2/2. Enchantment creature Phoenix. Bestow red. Collect evidence 6. Yeah, it definitely is, isn't it? Yeah. Could tell it was because it's called Detective's Phoenix. Collect evidence 6. Exile cards for the total mana of 6 or greater from your graveyard. Bestow. You cast this card with its bestow cost. It's an aura of enchant creature. It becomes a creature again if it's not attached. Got flying in haste in some respects. Yeah, it does. You may cast Detective Phoenix from your graveyard using its bestow ability. Alright. You can technically play it for that anyway, I guess. Alright. Nothing new in this one. Even the rare we've got Crab Abomination. That's the first pack of it, we just had all swaps. Okay, Nyxborn Hydra. Ferrous 1, X and a green it costs. Enchantment creature Hydra, 0/1. And you can bestow X and green. You can pay its bestow cost. It's like an aura, basically. Attached to a creature. Reach trample. Nyxborn Hydra enters battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Alright, so enchantment creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Nyx Hydra and has reach and trample. And that's if you use it as an enchantment. Discipline of Freyalise, 3 green, Elf Druid, 3/3. Well, Freyalise wasn't that an alchemy card? And disciple Freyalise enters battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, you gain X life and then draw X cards, where X is that creature's power. It's very expensive, that though. It's an MDFC. They've really overcosted these, I think. When it enters the battlefield as its land side, you may pay life. If you don't, it enters tapped. Right, all of them you have to pay for your life as well, which is a bit disappointing. You think it'd be different for every colour, maybe. But maybe it's just might make them some very powerful, maybe based on what they do. But yeah, it's battlefield tapped. You gotta pay for your life. So I'm not sure about those. A Royal Cartographer, not as in royal, but royal. ROIL. 1 and a blue. Merfolk Rogue. 1/3. Land 4. Whenever land battlefield control, gain 1 energy. You can tap it, pay 6 energy. Or pay an energy rather. Or pay 6 energy. No, draw 3 cards. You could get that quite soon. That might be. Well, yeah, that might be reasonable. That one, I'm not sure whether it'll find a home. Got another Detective Phoenix. I don't know if that's any good or not. I'm not seeing any cards I would class as reprints. I mean, there might be some, but I've not seen any. Got a Mythic and a Rare in here. It's got a common and an uncommon wild card. Toxic Deluge, 2 and a black, sorcery. Has additional cost to cast a spell, pay X life. All creatures get -X to end of turn. Alright. Blackboard wipe. And the Mythic. Mythic wild card. Okay. Basically swap those in for any Mythic card. Alright. Contaminated Landscapes, another one of these annoying ones. You tap it to add a generic mana. And you can sacrifice it by tapping it as well. Get a basic Plains, Island or Swamp card. Put on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. I think if it didn't go untapped, it might be quite good, this. But I don't think it will be. Because it comes into the battlefield tapped. Because basically you're using a mana to get the card, aren't you? You can cycle it for a white, blue or a black. We've got Emerald's Messenger as well. Some Tentacle Lady. 1 and a blue. Eldrazi Fairy Rogue. 2/1 Devoid. It's got no colour. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi Spawn creature token with sacrifice creature. Add a colourless mana. Okay, we've got Undo Knotmaster. 2 and a white and a black. So this basically from Eldraine. It's a sorcery. Adventure card rather. So it's a 2/2 lifelink creature. It's 2 white and a black. Whenever another modified creature you control dies, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Undo Knotmaster. We can do as an adventure cost, which is throw a line, a white and a black. Distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures. You can still cast it when you've played its adventure card later, because it's exiled, waiting for you to cast it. And the rare is Rasheen, Roaring Prophet. I think this one might be rare. I've heard people mention it. Maybe it's just people drawing it all the time in a pack opening. 2 colourless, or 2 generic rather, a red and a green, 4/4. It's a giant shaman or shaman. When it enters the battlefield, mill 6 cards. You may put a card with X in its mana cost from one of them into your hand. X colourless or generic mana. You can tap it with any number of cards with X in their mana cost. Reveal any number of cards with X in their mana cost in your hand. Add 2 generic mana, or colourless mana, sorry, I keep getting it wrong. For each card reveal that way, spend this mana only on costs that contain X. Oh, very specific, that one. Don't know how good that is. Core Rogue. The other card we did before. Like Undo Knotmaster. The core creatures were around for ages, weren't they? I remember them. I'm sure they were around, you know, back when I was doing Lorwyn times when I first started. Monstrous Vortex, 3 and a green. Enchantment. Whenever you cast a creature spell power 5 greater, discover X. Where X is that spell's mana value. Okay. You may cast it or play its mana cost if you go through your libraries. Well, that might be quite good. But 5 or greater is quite high. Obviously for Eldrazi type of shenanigans. Glaring Fleshraker, 2 and a generic. Or colourless. Creature Eldrazi drone 2/2. Whenever you cast a colourless spell, create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature token with. Sacrifice it, add a colourless. Whenever a colourless creature has battlefield in control, Glaring Fleshraker deals 1 damage to its opponent. Alright. That might not be too bad because it's going to do that quite a lot when you cast those colourless spells. Thief of Existence, 1, a colourless and a green. Creature Eldrazi, I think I got it right this time. 3/4, devoid, no colour. When you cast a spell, it's up to 1 type creature, non-permanent and opponent controls. Non-creature, non-permanent. Remember by 4 or less. If you do, Thief of Existence gains when this creature leaves the battlefield. Target opponent draws a card. Alright, so not sure about that one. It's a creature Eldrazi creature. Kind of, you know, when it dies, you'll give your opponent a bit of a bonus there, so. Alright. Writhing Chrysalis, 2 red and a green. Eldrazi Drone, 2/3, devoid, no colour. When you cast a spell, create 2 0/1 colourless Eldrazi creature tokens with sacrifice creature, add 1 colourless. Reach, whenever you sacrifice another Eldrazi, put +1/+1 counter on Writhing Chrysalis. Alright. And we've got this one as well. Blood Soaked Insight. It's another one of these MDFC things. 5 and a hybrid black, red, 2 of them. Sorcery, it costs 1 colourless generic less for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. Type opponent exiles top 3 cards of the library. Until the end of the next turn, you may play those cards. If you cast a spell this way, mana of any type can be spent to cast it. And also, it's a tap land on the other side that taps for black or red. It's MDFC. It's like a Sanguine Morass. It's like a battlefield, there's dead bodies on it with weird tendrils around them of like a blacky red. Looks like that's what this Blood-Soaked Insight does to you. Now we've got 6 as well. This one's maybe quite good actually. So this is just 6 without Ren. This before they were merged maybe. It's like a sort of prequel set, isn't it? You know, seems to be. It's a 2 and a red. Legendary creature Tree Folk, 2/4. Reach, whenever 6 attacks, mill 3 cards, you may put a land card from among them into your hand. As long as it's your turn, non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have menace. A retrace rather. Retrace, you may cast a card with retrace from your graveyard by discarding a land card and just to pay its other cost. It'd be good if this one had like a merge ability, wouldn't it? If you had red in the set and they could merge to become a planeswalker. I think that's what they should do. Should have done that. It's a missed opportunity there, isn't it? You know, bit of a shame that. Okay, and the rare. Savine's Reclamation, 2 and a white. Sorcery, returns that permanent card with mana away for your last 3 go to the battlefield. Spell was cast from a graveyard. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, you may copy the spell and choose a new target for the copy. Flashback 4 and a white. I pay if I go for its flashback cost. It does more if you've cast it again. Alright. Getting only 8 packs left. Alright. Okay. All swaps there. Guide of Souls there, not a bad one. Our Mythic in here shouldn't be a swap. A for Spike, 1 and a blue. Instant, choose type spell, you get 2 energy, then you may pay an amount of energy. Counter that spell, so controller pays 1 generic. Yes, that's right, I got it right this time. For each energy paid this way. Okay, don't know if that's any good or not. Not very familiar with counter spells, not heard anyone talk about it, so maybe not. Malevolent Rumble, sorcery, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card from one of them into your hand. Put the rest in your graveyard, create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature, with sacrifice creature, add a generic mana. A colourless mana. Got it wrong again. Got reframe again, I like that one. We got another Tamio. Well, before we go.
How am I supposed to focus on only one project?
I wish you so far, both of them have said different things when I've got them both times. That's quite good. I don't know if that's luck or what, but there we got 2 of the Flipwalkers. Not bad. I think they're 2 of the better ones as well. Although I think the weird bug one, whatever he's called, I forgot his name, Grist, I think he's meant to be possibly the best one. Right, all swaps so far. A for Revolt. Okay, 2 and red. I think this is a reprint. Enchantment Revolt. As long as the opponent you control left bottom of his turn, if a source you control will deal non-combat damage to an opponent or opponent controls, he deals that much +2 instead. Whenever you gain 1 or more energy, if Revolt deals that much damage to any target. I think this might be a good card. Revolt is the ability triggers if no opponent you control left the battlefield this turn. Okay. So I think that's going to be quite good. Yep. Alright. I think anyway. I don't know if it's amazing, but it's going to be quite good. Expel the Unworthy, 1 and a white. Sorcery Kicker, 2 white. So you can pay an additional cost to cast a spell. Choose type creature with mana value 3 or less. If the spell was kicked, instead choose type creature. Exile the chosen creature. And then its controller gains life equals its mana value. Bit of an exile spell there, but I'm not sure it's too great. Especially if you do the kicker. Very expensive. Right, Unfathomable Truths. 4 and a blue. A Devoid. Instance. Draw 3 cards and create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature token with cycle creature. Add a generic mana. Colourless mana. And that's it. Yep. Don't know if that's any good. It costs loads, that. 4 and a blue. Very expensive. Marionette Apprentice, 1 and a black. 1/2. Human Artificer. Fabricate 1. Turn the creature into the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on it or create a +1/+1 cause servo artifact creature token. Whenever a creature or artifact you control is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Okay, that's it there. And the rare Party Thrasher. Alright. Lizard Wizard. It's not a band. Lizard Wizard Gizzard, whatever it's called. 1 and a 1 and a red. 1/4. Non-creature spells you cast from exile have Convoke. So your creatures can help you cast a spell. Each creature you tap while casting the spell pays for 1 generic or 1 mana of that creature's colour. It's not bad. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may discard a card. If you do, it's up to 2 cards in your library. Then choose 1 of them. You may play that card this turn. Not heard anything about that one, so I'm not sure if it's any good or not. Only 4 more packs. The main ones anyway. Skittering Precursor, 2 and a red. Eldrazi Drone, 3/3 Devoid. Menace, so we've seen this before. No colour Menace, it can only be whopped. That's built by more than 1 creature. Can't be built by 1. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token opponent, create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature token. With sacrifice creature, add a generic mana. Or colourless mana. Got Buried Alive, which I think is a good one. I mentioned that before. 2 and a black. First one as well, so it's an uncommon. Touch library for up to 3 creature cards and put them in your graveyard, then shuffle. So it's quite a good reanimated card. Good in Thingamabob, that one, in Timeless, because you can use Dark Ritual to get 3 black mana straight away. So not bad for Phoenix decks. Power Balance. Alright, red. So I think this is a sort of, I think it was Counterbalance, which is a blue, I think, which is the opposite colours way round. I think that was a good card, but I don't think this one's meant to be very good. When an opponent casts a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library. If you do, you may cast that spell card without paying its mana cost. If the 2 spells have the same value, the mana value, so I think that's going to be quite, difficult. It might be quite, I don't know. Might be good fun to try. It would be very difficult, wouldn't it, I think? To match that would be quite lucky. Not likely. Alright. Drownyard Lurker, 7 colourless, 7 generic rather. Eldrazi Trilobite. Alright. Trilobite, okay. 7/7 Vigilance. When you cast or cycle Drownyard Lurker, create a 0/1 colourless Eldrazi spawn creature token with cycle creature, add a 1 colourless. And cycling 2 and a red, 2 and a blue, so you can cycle it to draw a card by discarding it. And that's about it. Don't know if it's any good or not, that one, but obviously a lot of these things have the mana value. When you cast something with a great mana value, you can do something, so might work in some combination of things. Arcbound Condor, 2 black, creature bird artifact creature bird. 0/0, fly modular 3. Modular means when it enters battlefield with 3+1 constants on it. When it dies, you may put these on target artifact creature. Whenever artifact creature in the battlefield in control, target creature an opponent gets -1/-1 turn to turn. Not convinced by that one. Angel of the Ruins, 5 colourless, or 5 generic rather, white. Artifact creature angel, 5/7. When it enters the battlefield, it's up to 2 artifacts and/or enchantments. Plane cycling 2. So you decide this card, search your library for a plane card, reveal it, and put it into your hand and shuffle. Yes, you pay 2 for it. 2 colour, 2 colours. Or 2 generic. Not sure that one's any good. It's very expensive. So Microspawn got that one again. Eldrazi Fungus. Right, just 2 more cards. Right. Crucialex Command, we've got that one before. And Sylvan Safekeeper, got that one before as well. Alright. Got swaps there. Evolution Witness. I was going to say, is this one you can get something from the graveyard back, because there's a few other Witness ones. 2 in the green, 2/1, Elf Shaman, Mutant. Adapt 2 for playing 1 in the green. It's got no +1/+1 counts on it. You can put 2 +1/+1 counts on it. It's adapt 2. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counts are put on Evolution Witness, return type permanent card from go to your hand. Okay, yeah. All those ones do have that kind of thing going on. Envoy of the Ancestors. That's very similar to that other one we just did, that Angel card. 2 in the white, Human Cleric, just a stance. Like a T-pose. 2/3, modify creature control, have lifelink, outcast 1 white. So basically, you pay the white and tap it and put a +1/+1 card on this creature. Outlast only is a sorcery. I'm not sure why, since it's a special ability, that why not just say what it does? I don't know. Must be a very old mechanic that was perhaps a bit clunky at the time. We've got stupid Foul Strike. I really don't like that artwork, it's just stupid. He's holding a balloon as well for some reason, like flying in the air. It looks like a brain. Just really weird artwork, that one. Don't like that at all. Flare of Denial. 1 blue. Instant. You may sacrifice a non-token blue creature rather than paying the spell's mana cost. Counter target spell. Okay, so this one's... The talk of this one being quite good, because you can sacrifice a non-token blue creature. But you have to have that creature anyway, so I don't know. It's not legal in historic or traditional historic, this one. So they worry this one might be a very powerful card, but I'm not convinced. Don't know, might be. You've got to have a creature in the first place, so you've got to have cast something to do it. So it's not that big of an advantage, I don't think. Basically, it's, you know, you have to have cast something first, so it's going to cost at least 1 blue, isn't it, to cast that? So really, it's a 2 mana spell, really, isn't it? When you're sacrificing something, I guess. In my head, anyway, I'm feeling that's the cost of it, because you cast it on 1 turn and sacrificing something. Although I guess you're not paying the turn 2 mana cost, are you? So I guess, yeah. So I don't know. Not sure. Alright, well there we go. That's all of them. Let's do the golden pack, see if we get anything interesting. Alright. Stole Sphinx. This is from Thunder Junction. Alright, 2 blue. 3 Sphinx, 5/3. Flash flying. Sex proof as long as you haven't cast a spell this turn. Just Animus, had that one before. Alright, 1 and a white, 2/3. Thunder Junction again. I'm not going to go over these too much, I think, because it'll be weird. Okay, only anything interesting. Gumdrop Poisoner from Eldraine. Was it something of Eldraine? I forgot what it's called now. Got some mythics here. Mondrak, Glory Dominus from Phyrexia, the Phyrexia set, whatever it's called. Right, got Bristleblood Farmers. This is quite a good one because it's from the Thunder Junction extra set. 2 green. Plant Druid, 5/5. Trample. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens. When it attacks, you may sacrifice food. If you do, mill 3 cards. You put permanent card from your hand, from no Monument into your hand. Okay, another one. Gired, Mirror of the Wilds. A red, green, and a white. Legendary creature, Human Shaman, 3/3 haste. Non-token creatures you control have tap it to create a copy of target token you control into the battlefield this turn. Alright. Might not be too bad that in some decks. Let's see what else we got. Bit more, it's simpler to explain these ones, aren't they, generally? Satori Infiltrator, alright. Blue and a black. 2/3 Menace. Ninja Human Rogue, legendary creature. Whenever it or one or more other non-token creature tokens enter the battlefield under control, if none of them were cast or no mana was spent, draw a card to cast them. Mark our Purity Overseer. That's from one of the Phyrexian ones. A new one, Aven Interrupter. Alright, that's from the Thunder Junction. Haughty Djinn. Okay, yeah, that's an annoying card. Honorary Tumblewag. That's one of those brush wags. Not quite as crazy looking as one we saw before. And the mythic Pest Control. Alright, that's from the Junction extra set as well. They're quite rare to get. A white and a black. Destroy all non-land permanents with mana value 1 or less. Cycling 2, so you can discard it to by paying 2 and draw a card. Alright. I'm quite specific that. Mana value 1 or less. I guess it's good for artifacts and things, so yeah. Alright. And all the annoying tokens basically. Get rid of those. Alright, 2 more cards. Soul of the Lost. That's from the Ixalan set. Okay. Well, so this is the first one, look at it. Creature Spirit, Asterix, and then Asterix +1. As this costs to cast a spell, discard a card or sacrifice permanent. Famous Descent. Soul of the Lost power is equal to the number of permanent cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. Alright. Okay, weird that one, isn't it? You'd think that'd be. It sounds like Tarmogoyf really, but doesn't seem to have ever got any attention. I don't know what's the difference. Number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Don't know. Maybe because it's the colour, maybe. Outcast the Trailblazer, that's a good card. We've got that one before. Unfortunately, probably already got. That's weird that. I'm sure I had 4 of them. Maybe only 3. Reaches Eager Pillager, okay. That's a monkey goblin power. Well, goblin power actually. Elspur Posse Boss, okay. Right, interesting. Oh, Thunder Junction one. Underground River, okay. It's a pain land. A blue and a black. Deals damage to you. Agatha's Soul Cauldron, okay. That's not bad. That's probably quite good, isn't it? We've got it before, of course, but it's that one where it does quite a few things. So you may spend mana as though it's mana of any colour to activate abilities of creature control. Creature control with +1/+1 counters on how all activated abilities of all other creature controls exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So you can tap it to exile a card from a graveyard. When a creature is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on type creature control. So it's quite interesting that. So they're doing weird things with the bodies, getting the souls from them, I guess. Quite thematic. Yep. So quite good that. Alright, last one. Very last pack then. I've got none from Modern Horizons here, I don't know if you noticed. Okay, the Princess Folly. Right, that's from. Can't remember what the book one is. Is that Eldraine? Can't remember. First one here. Dranith Ruins. It's a land, okay? You can add a generic mana, and you can pay 2 colours. So add a colourless mana, you can pay 2 generic and tap it. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on type non-human creature enter part of this turn. Alright. Okay. Crystal's Flanker, Cat Warrior. Good one. Let's talk about that one being quite good at one point, wasn't it? But I don't think it was in the end. Never see it. Kellen joins up. I don't like those artworks on that one. Those joins up cards. Okay, Cubsandal, Hunger Dominus. It's on the Phyrex one. Forensic and Horus is one of the Dominus cards. Kellen the Kid, alright. Weird fairy noise there. Doesn't really look like a fairy, does he? Alright, well there we go, guys. Not bad at all. Quite a few cards there. Plenty to go on. But I feel like I felt like I got some cards, but nothing that I think I'd use at my moment for my own deck. So maybe I'll have to get some new ones. Start playing some Timeless, maybe. Yeah, that goes. But I'm not sure if I really want to play time. It seems like it's really degenerate. You know, you just win on turn 2 or not at all, you know. But who knows? Maybe good to play sometimes, so we'll see. Right, guys, if you enjoyed that, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.